believe you know I am here. However, if you do not, my name is Aether. My brother is the far more popular Chaudry, and I don't say that self-deprecatingly. And for whatever odd reason, I was the one who was asked a lot of questions. So, I am here to read those questions and answer them. So, without further ado. Right, I was told to say thank you all for your questions. And thank you for, well, it says here thank you for 2,000 subscribers. I'm fairly positive that we've far surpassed that at this point. Oh dear. Oh dear. Alright, there we go. I know how to work some technology. Anyways, as belated as it may be, thank you for all of your support to this channel. And thank you for being here, listening to me today. Alright. The first question is from Jeb, who asks, what do you ever hard for? Yes. The next question is from Aviator, who asks, would you consider giving the giant listener a throat massage or stomach massage if they were sick? Would you consider going through their intestinal tract? Very likely no. Particularly not if I could simply cure the ailment, which I very likely could. The next question. Alright, I'm supposed to be saying thank you. Thank you, Jeb, for your question. Thank you, Aviator, for your question. Anon asks, what does your perfect date look like? Place to eat, stuff to do, ideal partner size. Well, given that I already have someone, I feel this question is a bit redundant. However, in the spirit of honesty, I would like a night out with my partner, foraging with him, listening to him sing, and a few hours of cuddles before bed. Same size for the ideal partner size, and pan de queso with jam and fresh peaches for a light dinner before bed. Thank you, Anonymous, for your question. Lest you all grow concerned, I do appreciate the interest into my life. I simply sound like this. That's what my brother would say, at least. Anyways. asks, how would you spend your most perfect day? Well, very much like my perfect date. I would like time alone with my partner, relaxed and enjoying one another's companies. Thank you, Kate, for your question. Rio asks, how did you meet your partner? Well, that is something of a long story. However, seeing as you asked, I'll give the abridged version. I was returning from quite a long trek to deal with what I refer to as a creature of the night. Though you might also know of them as night spawn. It was raining, and while I had initially thought the rain to simply be the lingering effects of the night spawn's presence, it turned out to be a genuine storm. Not eager to be struck by lightning, I went into a cave, where a ridiculous chatterbox of Harpy lay sheltering as well. Apparently he had the same idea as I did. We spoke for a while. Well, he spoke for a while. I did very little talking. And to my surprise, we were going to the same area, and I wound up inviting him to travel with me. And that was that. We've been together ever since. Thank you, Rio, for your question. The next questions are from Foil, who asks, what shows and or movies are your favorites? Admittedly, this answer comes at the behest of my brother, who said that I should inform you the only thing I stream is water. I hope you're laughing right now. The second question that Foil asks is, what is your favorite species of animal? That would be the Venus Oedipus, the cotton-top Kubrodon. It is an invasive species, theorized to be from an alternate universe. The Kubrodon is a pack-hunting, carnivorous caniform similar to wolves. I admit I've always found them fascinating. However, I will not bore you with details if you're curious on Kubrodons. I'm sure you can look them up. Thank you for your questions, Foil. The next question is from Trace, who asks, what are your cute nicknames for tiny friends? I'm afraid I don't have many tiny friends to give nicknames to. However, were I to give someone a nickname, I might call them, I don't know, Lucky Charm, perhaps, or My Familiar. Perhaps I'll just call them Little One, or more tersely, Runt. something to think about, I suppose. Thank you for your question, Trace. The next two questions are from Sapphire, who asks, firstly, how do you feel about trans guys? Well, I myself am trans, non-binary specifically. And while I have the added benefit of magic to help my physical transition, I do sincerely hope that whether your transition is physical or purely social, I hope that you have many, many years of comfort and confidence in your body and your voice. And I hope you're surrounded by people who support and uplift you in your endeavors. Always, always remember that you are handsome, you are valuable, and you are worthy of love in both others and yourself. The next question, also from Saphir, is how do you feel about polyamorous relationships? Well, I'm flattered, and I truly do have nothing against them. I simply question if you know what you're getting yourself into. I'm not the easiest to love. But thank you for your questions, Saphir. I appreciate them. The next question is from Sophie, who asks, how are you doing? Oh. Well, I'm doing all right. My days have been slow recently with the cold weather, and my lover's complaining about the ache in his bones. He would usually migrate somewhere warmer, but he worries for me, so he stayed with me this year. I can't condone such behavior, but I do appreciate his acts of love. I am tired and weary, but it is of my own choice. I have work that needs doing, and though it is strenuous, it's good work. It's important, so I will continue. Thank you for asking, Sophie. Goodness, you all ask such deep questions. You're very kind. Next question is from Eel, who asks, oh good, an easy one. How old are you? Do you have an extended life? Like were you once 180 and still considered a baby? Or did you grow normally and your age was halted? The first part is difficult to answer because I do not know. But I can safely say several centuries. The second part of that question is remarkably easy. My brother and I are not human, much as he would like to be. In a sense, we are mutated beings who live off of magic We are magic. We exist as magic. And as magic is abundant and eternal, so too are we. Now, this eternal state was not always the case. Growing up, we would be able to use magic more easily than mortals, but we too were mortal. We could and would age. But we were taught from a very young age to channel magic through us and become one with it. And through that process, our bodies have rejuvenated. That is something that we cannot give up, even if we wanted to. The second question from EL is, what is your size preference? Do you like to be big or small when it comes to hangouts, and why? I don't particularly have a preference. I would say I'm fine being smaller or larger than others, though it's rare I change my form for their sake. But yes, I'm comfortable regardless. If you are smaller than me, I won't say you're welcome to visit, but you will not be shooed away any more than someone my size or larger. So thank you for your questions, EL. Next, Mobius asks, LMAO, I thought you and the chill mage were the same person. I suppose I can't fault you for that. Despite the many ways we are different, my brother and I ultimately are quite similar in many ways. Next question from Mobius. Have you ever had to eat someone who hated getting eaten? Yes. Though I suspect, whatever you believe, you do not truly wish to hear the stories. Instead, I'll say the people I eat unwillingly are ones who deserve such treatment. I don't often receive kind visitors, and most unkind ones are often shrunken, terrified, and sent on their way, with my lover graciously carrying them back to the nearest city. If they do not get such treatment, they likely have incensed me beyond repair. Thank you, Mobius, for your question and your comment. Let's see. Yuki OWO asks, if I was a worm, would you still eat me? Be grateful. I've been informed that if I was a worm is an internet phrase. Regardless, yes. If that's what you desired, I would admittedly, begrudgingly, eat you. Thank you for your question, Yuki OWO. Anonymous asks, how do you spend most of your time? We know you're a bit out of the way, so what do you do all day? I worry he'll envy me for this. To begin, I spend roughly 10 hours sleeping. With my remaining 14 hours out of 24, I will then spend my time studying, cooking, and foraging mostly. I am studying some magics that I want to see to completion. So that's what I do. It's not quite as glamorous as I'm sure it sounds, but regardless, Anonymous, thank you for your question. Itty is the next person who asks, do you ever encounter any green ogres in your swamp, Mr. Bog Dude? Much to my displeasure, I've been informed of what a Shrek is. And yes, I have encountered ogres before, though none recently or in the nearby area. I'm sorry to disappoint. The next question from Itty, I'm sorry to say, is not much better. Bananas. How do we feel? Why are they sticking around? What do they mean for your family? I'm genuinely not sure how to respond to this one. Bananas are likely still around because of their continued cultivation and purchase. For many, I suspect they have a pleasant aroma, texture, and taste. And the banana peel likely allows individuals in a hurry to eat them without worry of getting their hands messy. I'm sure for some it's a beneficial fruit. Thank you for your questions, Itty. Let me see. Someone did not put this question with the others. Well, I suppose it's on me to respond and just sort everything out. Foil. Once again. Because someone did not organize these questions well enough, clearly. That's not a cruel thing towards you, Foil. It's a cruel thing towards someone else. Foil asks, are you afraid of alligators or crocodiles? There is very little I fear. Though to be specific, no. Alligators and crocodiles are not things I'm particularly afraid of. And I believe that's the end of all the questions. If I answered people in multiple sections, I apologize. I did not organize this. This is a disaster. Perhaps I'm being too cruel. Oh well. It's done. It's over with. That's the important part. I can go, and you can sleep. Hopefully you're already asleep. You're not having to hear me have a mental breakdown. Don't worry. That's not what this is. You would know. Alright. I'm going to go now. I don't know what else to say. I wasn't given anything to say when leaving. those things that like and subscribe, or something. Sleep well. Good night. Please don't ask me to come back. I'll curse someone. And in case you think I'm joking, I'm very much not. If I have to come back here and do another one of these, I'll be very angry. Thank you all for your questions. Goodbye. How did he turn this off before?